All right, mateys. Hey, you know, it's not all cigars, scotch, beautiful sunsets. There are a few things about boating that, well, I just don't care that much for. For example, bad weather. I mean, that really is a dampener for everything, but especially on the boat. And then there's the provisioning. You know, now some of the marinas, like here at North Point, there's a couple of slips that are close to the parking lot, but most of the time, you're hauling stuff from the car or your bicycle all the way down the pier to your boat. Not so bad in the nice weather. In the bad weather, different story. Some other things. How about the middle of the night? Not that this has ever happened to me. Have to get up in the middle of the night, go out and adjust the lines in the pouring down rain. Oh no, I've always got my boat set up just right. Yeah, right. Another thing with a boat, space. No matter how big a boat you have, space is always an issue. Now here I'm making some more space on my boat, putting a shelf in. I don't know why, so I can put more stuff on the boat, I guess. I don't know. Another thing that isn't all that great about boating, the head or the bathroom. Very small, and of course if you're using it a lot, you got to pump out. You got to go over to the pump out station, or you pay a small fortune for somebody to come in a boat and pump you out. That's not one of the great things about boating either. Well, you know, we're on a boat. Luckily, hold on, let me get my scotch out of here. Luckily, most of the water is on the outside, but we're on the water. Humidity is always a factor on the boat. And all boats, or I'd say 99% of the boats have some kind of a small leak, luckily above the water line for the most part, but still, that brings me to the next thing, repairing things. Working on the engine or working on the plumbing or anything on the boat, it's tight. It's hard to get into some of these things, guys. That's not a lot of fun. Well, and noise is another factor. I mean, you know, you're fairly close to each other. Boat neighbors are usually pretty good. There are a few people who have dogs that they think everybody enjoys a barking dog. Well, we don't. But for the most part, that's not too bad. But for example, here in Rock Hall, there's a pretty good size working fishing fleet. Charters, crabbing, oyster. These guys get started at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And those diesel engines start up in the clear morning, man, that just echoes through the marina. But actually, I kind of like the sound of that, because you know what that's the sound of? That's the sound of good food coming back. Yeah, man. So, all right, so that's a bad point and a good point. Overall, the boating lifestyle is cigars, scotch, sunsets, nice sails. But you know, you got to be realistic about it. Things are going to break down. You're going to have repairs. Unlike a house, you want to add a shelf or something. All right, look here, I'm putting this shelf in. I can't just nail that to the side or bolt that to the side of the boat. No, I'm fiberglassing it in. I had to put a shelf in for my Cool Blue refrigeration unit. You can't just bolt that to the wall, or in my case, the exterior. I had to fiberglass it in. So any project on a boat, it's just a little bit more difficult than at home. But overall, guys, boating, cheers. Well, happy and safe boating to you, your family, and friends.